Why would a seller say yes to $50,000 down in a payment plan instead of $500,000 cash? Because they're not stupid and they've done the math. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact conversation framework I use to get sellers to finance deals even when they're expecting all cash. By the end of the video, you'll know the 3 psychological triggers that make seller financing an easy yes, and the 1 mistake that kills deals before they ever start. If you're serious about buying a business, I want to invite you to join my free school community, Firewatch Business Lab at school.com. Inside, we have tools to help you. We break down real deals, we share resources, and help you navigate the entire process. You can ask me questions every week about your next deal. The link is in the description, and it is totally free. Firewatch Business Lab. Here's what most people get wrong. They think seller financing is about convincing the seller to take less or wait longer for their money. That's backwards. The truth is, the seller isn't about what you need, it's about what they want to avoid. Most sellers aren't thinking about cash, they're thinking about 3 other things completely. Number 1, the tax hit. If I take all cash, they could lose 30 to 40% depending on capital gains immediately. Number 2 is the hassle. Closing costs, realtor fees, repairs, showings. They want that all to be complete and over. Number 3 is safety. They need to know you're not going to destroy their business or their building. So when you walk in asking for seller financing, you're not asking for a favor. You're offering a solution to all 3 of those concerns. We're about to dive into the 3 psychological triggers. You're offering a solution to all 3 concerns. But before we dive into the 3 psychological triggers, I want to mention a Bible verse. Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, the good, pleasing, and perfect will. We're not like everybody else. We're entrepreneurs. In business, we must be different than the norm. We're going to work harder, and we're going to focus on goals. Okay, here's the 3 psychological triggers we talked about. Trigger 1 is the tax anchor. Before you mention financing, you anchor them on the tax problem. Here's the script. Ready? So, if we close the deal for X price and you take it all in cash, after capital gains, closing costs, and fees, you're probably netting what, 60 to 70% of your asking price? Is that about right? Let them confirm that. Let that number sink in their head. Now they're thinking, what about what they're losing, not about what they're getting? That's when you introduce the alternative. What if instead of netting that lower amount of money, you can net a higher amount of money, spread the tax liability over 5 to 7 years, and skip most of the closing costs? You just reframe the entire conversation. Now, seller financing isn't a concession, it may be a better offer, maybe a better option. Trigger number 2 is the control reversal. Most sellers are scared you're going to screw up their business or trash their property. So instead of asking them to trust you, flip it. This is what you say. Here's why seller financing protects you. If I mess this up, you get the business back and you keep everything I paid you. With an all-in cash sale, if the new owner messes it up, ruins it, you have really no recourse. This way you stay in control until I prove I can run it. You just made the seller financing feel safer than full cash. Now they're protecting themselves by financing you. This is huge for business acquisitions or commercial property where the seller has an emotional attachment to the asset. Trigger number 3. The micro yes ladder. All right, never ask the seller for financing up front. Never say, oh, seller finance it now for me, please. No, build to it. Build the ladder. Here's the first micro yes question. If we can agree to a fair price, would you be open to creative structure options? Seems like a no-brainer, right? Micro yes question number 2. What if we split some cash up front, some over time? Micro yes question number 3. How about X percentage down and we structure the rest over X number of years at a particular interest rate? Each small yes makes the big yes even easier. You're not hitting them all at once, asking for all of it to be financed at once. You're walking them into it. The actual negotiation. So you've actually anchored them on tax. You've reversed the control dynamic. You've built your ladder with the micro yeses. Here's your actual conversation, right? Start here. I've been thinking about the best way to structure this so you have the most money and avoid a massive tax hit. What if we do this? always lead with their benefit, right? If I was thinking about financing this, how about if you get more money and you avoid taxes? Wow, that's pretty good. Here is the standard offer. I'll put 10 to 20% down in cash, and then I'll pay you a monthly amount over the next 5 to 7 years for 4 to 6% interest. That way you're earning interest instead of paying capital gains and keeping control until I prove myself. And you're getting a higher number than if you took in an all-cash deal. Notice you're not asking permission, you're proposing a solution. They're gonna say one of two things here, usually. I need the cash now. And then this is what you say, I totally get that. What if we increase the down payment to X percentage and shorten the terms to 3 to 4 years? You still avoid the full tax, plus you'll be getting interest, and you'll be getting your cash faster. They may say, what if you don't pay? Well, here's your response. That's a great question and a real concern. That's why we put a lien on the asset. If I don't pay, you get it back, plus everything I paid you. You're actually more protected than an all-in cash deal. Most sellers just need to feel safe. Give them that option and they'll say yes. Okay, here's what not to do. The number one biggest mistake. Don't walk in saying, I don't have any cash. Can you finance me? That's begging. That's stupid. That's positioning yourself as broke and desperate. Instead, frame it as, I've structured this deal for you. Here's your benefit. Based on what I know from you, your tax situation, your timeline, financing makes a pretty good sense for your deal. If you're the expert, you're helping them. So bring yourself across that way, not the other way around. That one shift changes everything. If you want to dive deeper into this, find a new business, please join the Firewatch Business Lab. It's free. So remember, seller financing isn't about what you need. It's about what they want to avoid. Anchor on taxes, reverse control, build to micro yeses, always lead with their benefit. Do this right, and you'll never need cash again. If you want to dive deeper on deal structuring, negotiation terms, or creative financing strategies, join my school community, school.com, Firewatch Business Lab, where we break down real deals. You can ask me questions every week, totally free. Link is in the description. Now, once you actually close the deal with seller financing, and you will, the next problem is, what do I need to do in the first 90 days? Well, I'm going to tell you that in this video here. The first 90 days are important so you don't destroy the business you just bought. Watch this video next, and I will see you in the next one, where we help you buy a business and not a 24/7, 365 job.